we've not got 2 wheels, we've not got 4 wheels. That can only mean we've got 3, and that can only mean the Morgan 3-wheeler.
Unleash those 80 odd horsepower.
Right, so obviously it's not the best of cars to drive around the track. Don't you think? Do you think that's a good look? I think there's a bit of smoke coming off the tyres there. Yeah, you do have to be a bit careful.
A good bit of fun, but the place for this car is on an A or B road, 50 mile an hour. Wind in your hair, waving to other Morgan owners.
Right.
You got the measure of it, Danny?
I think I feel comfortable enough in this now to take it out on the road.
It's not going to be a suicide mission then?
I can't promise that, but I feel confident enough to take it out.
Take the Morgan out on the road then.
Go on, let's go.
Need my hat on, need my goggles on.
Don't worry, I won't pull away until you've got your safety equipment on.
Tally ho! I'm Mike.
And I'm Danny.
And this is PetrolRevolt.
Immediately as a passenger, this is so comfortable and cool. I can just completely straighten my legs out, sit back in this seat, arm out the side.
Well, if I was a passenger, I'd be able to do that because we've had to put a booster seat in for me.
And I'm being chauffeured around in a Morgan. This is cool.
It feels like it's a nice car to drive, but I wouldn't want to drive it for a long period of time, put it that way.
Yeah, 50 mile an hour and below, cruising A and B roads, that's where this car should be living. Going much faster than that. Okay, it's all right for a little bit of adrenaline on a track like we've just figured out, but that's not your normal usage of a car like this.
No, exactly, and obviously on the track it's not, it just doesn't really work, does it? It understeers a lot. It just doesn't, it's not built for a track, is it? So, but yeah, for a little cruise out in the countryside, under 50 mile an hour, it's nice. I'm right here.
Yeah, right.
Brakes aren't very good on it. You feel that back wheel then? Yeah, like now, what we're doing now, 45 mile an hour, and it is quite comfortable at this, but
Yeah, once you're on the move, it actually soaks up the bumps rather well, and it's quite comfortable.
yeah, it is quite a nice drive, but it's just obviously with no power steering, it's hard work. Where am I going here?
Straight over.
Without power steering, it can be hard work, but you don't want to go fast in it. It's just one of these cars. You just want to have a little cruise with your missus, wind blowing in your hair. Go and park it up somewhere. Gets a lot of attention.
But I should imagine there's quite a Morgan owners scene. Probably weekends away, park up somewhere, drag out the picnic blanket, talk Morgan stuff with Morgan people, and then razz home.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I suppose, there's so many different extras and I think you put all your own extras on it and choose all your own stuff. So I suppose that's what sort of stuff they talk about. And I mean, for me, like driving it, I don't feel particularly safe, but I don't know if that's part of it or what. I mean, I personally would prefer to ride a bike or drive a normal car, but
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. We've said before that sort of crosses over a bike and there'd be lots of instances when you're touring on a bike that you're actually better off, feel safer on a bike, oddly enough.
Where should I go here?
Straight over.
Yeah, I think it's just because you don't have to wear a helmet. All right, we've got these goggles on and you've got a little hat, but it ain't gonna do much, is it? I suppose.
I suppose as well, if you're getting on a bit and moving a bike around is getting a bit too much, then if you're a biker, transitioning to this it's quite a natural transition. Makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah, I've not actually looked at it from that point of view.
We're left here.
You know, sort of. It's sort of, everyone's different, aren't they? Everyone's into different things and stuff like that. So, oh, we've got to get on here now. Revs to about 4,000 RPM. What did it say in the manual? About 5,000, is it? Or
Yeah, revs out about 5,500, but with the gearing and the torque that the motor's got, you sort of don't need to rev it above 4.5. You're making enough progression to stay with traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't. And I mean, I wouldn't really want to go much over 70 mile an hour in it, but that's not what this car feels like. It's not built for motorways, or we're on an A road now and it's fast enough for this. Personally, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but down the country roads it's nice. You just feel your head getting blown about a bit in the wind, don't you?
Yeah, well, if you take I think we're going to follow that car. If you take the RG500 as an example, you couldn't really go much further than a tank of fuel on that because it's so in your face, an attack on the senses, noise, vibration, discomfort, but it's such a hoot to ride. This is very similar.
Yeah.
You sort of couldn't go too far in it. This is a big attack on the senses. It's not a refined, pleasant, comfortable place to be, and although it's fantastic fun, it's just when you are going on a sort of longer journey like we're doing now, it does all get on top of you quite quickly.
Yeah, and I think the sense of freedom, that's what it must give some people. That sense of freedom. You can sort of hear everything what's going on. The gearbox whines a little bit. Obviously, you can see the swinging arm.
Yeah, something I don't want to see what's going on is the amount of flex that's going on that heritage tyre, on that rim.
Yeah,
almost looks like it's going to roll off the rim.
There's a bit of flex in it going around the track, wasn't there? But again, that's not what it's for. But yeah, it's a fun car. The biggest thing for me, it's unique and it's different.
Oh, and everyone looks at it.
Straight over, you reckon?
No, hang a left. That's it.
Yeah, everyone looks at it because it's so different. Look, let's see if these look at it.
See, at this sort of speed, it's not an attack on the senses. You can actually comfortably drive through. I think, yeah, you were going to have to do a 3-point turn round and roundabout. That ain't going to make it. We would have scrubbed the vintage spoked wheel if we'd have tried that.
Yeah. Oh, here we go, look. An electric van.
Oh, we've got an electric post office van.
Yeah, it is nice at this speed. It's a nice car to drive at this speed. It's just you wouldn't want to be in a, I wouldn't say you'd want to be in an emergency stop situation right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be in an emergency stop situation. Are we going to end up lost?
Starting route to Kerber sprint course.
I mean, it's got no air conditioning and it's got no fans or vent blowers, which is fine because you're out in the open air here. But I'm noticing my feet are getting extremely warm. I wish there was a bit of air that you could vent to the feet.
I need to cut a little air duct in the bottom. Yeah, I mean, like you say, apart from your feet, you don't. I mean, it's a car you just take out on a summer's day, wouldn't you? Even if there's any risk of rain, you wouldn't take it out because obviously you've not got a top on it. But yeah, like you say, you don't. You know, you got the wind blowing on you. You don't really need that. If you want to get sunburnt, go out in it. But I think that's also the sense of freedom you get with this car. Is it's open top. You can enjoy the sun.
I think that's what sums this car up the most, the journey for freedom. No constraints of plugging your electric car in.
Yeah, it's you know, it's almost like, you know, it's a proper old school car. You've got no electronics on it, no ABS, no traction control, nothing like that. So it's just you and the car. You know, you haven't, especially like the modern day Morgans like this one. You know, if you keep on top of them, you keep them serviced regularly. You know that you can get in it, turn the key, press the button, and it's going to start.
Yeah, it's freedom from a world of regulations. That's exactly what this car is.
Yeah.
Soaks up the bumps down this country road really well.
Yeah, it does actually. I'm really surprised. I mean, you can't see how much the front's working, but
well, I think you can get some air off of that humpback bridge.
see, he looked at it, didn't he?
It's a funny one. Well, you've had enough of it because it's an attack on the senses. You just want to get out of it. And then as soon as you're out of it, you just want to get back in it again and take another drive in it.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Like, you think that you've had enough of the noise and all that sort of stuff, and then you can't really get enough of it. And all the other Morgans we've seen, everyone's stuck their hand up, and it's like part of the Morgan gang.
I think they knew that we were outsiders, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they... No, not you. Not you with that hat. You're well in with them.
Oh, we've got another Morgan.
Where? Is that a Morgan, is it? Hey!
Hello.
Part of the Morgan Club.
Oh, another three-wheeler.
Hey! Woo! He's got a headset on. Maybe he's part of a gang.
I feel like we should meet up and chat. That's our cue.
We're off. You're not hanging about them, were you? Yeah, I prefer passengering.
Yeah, it's nice as a passenger.
Yeah, you can just sit back, relax, take the views in, wind blowing through your hair. Lovely. What do you think?
It's difficult to sum it up, and it's a fun thing, which means you're just out for a cruise without really a destination in mind. I'd probably choose to do that on a bike.
Yeah.
But as an alternative for something different, then this would be great. I could see this as something that you drag out just a few times a year. Maybe go to a Morgan rally or something in. Mix a bit of the lifestyle with the driving. Have a bit of an event with Morgan owners, doing whatever Morgan owners do together.
Yeah, just I suppose just go and show it off. It's quite unique, isn't it? It's different. It's right. It sounds rattly, doesn't it?
I think it's a little bit of pre-ignition. I mean, you definitely wouldn't want to stop in a hurry at this speed.
No, you wouldn't. The brakes aren't good on it at all, are
It drives well though. These have got a notorious reputation of being quite unreliable and breaking down. But the owner of the car prepares this with money, no expense spared. You know, everything the car needs, it gets.
Well, I think that's something with every cars, isn't it? You know, if you keep on top of them, you service them regularly, you get the stuff done like you say what needs to be done. It'll be all right, won't it? You know, it won't break down. At least he knows he can get in it. You know, with a modern engine in this now, he knows he can get in it, start it up, and it will go. Not got much grip on the rear, have you?
Yeah, it's definitely for a dry day only. You can just imagine how it would be fighting for grip if it was the slightest bit wet.
Oh, you wouldn't want to hit a damp patch in it, would you? Yeah, you've got a bit more confidence than me in this car. I feel like I should have a helmet on.
If you just judge it like that round corners where you don't ask anything of the tyres, much like a two-stroke, get your lines sorted before you enter the corner, it's okay. If you're in the wrong place at the wrong time and then try to correct,
Oh, you get yourself in trouble.
yeah, it's not going to do it. Oh, don't want to be fighting for grip
No.
when a lorry's coming the other way.
And I'll tell you what, I just feel like it's just going to topple over.
Free!
So what year is this car anyway?
2013-14 this is. And then they revised it in the last year or so, a couple of years, there was a newer model.
Right, okay. Let me show you they're all hand built in the UK.
Yeah, Morgan's factory over in Malvern. I've been round the factory years ago in the mid-90s, and it's proper hand-built stuff. Sort of when you're walking around the factory, you're seeing how the cars are put together, you'd sort of say to yourself, I'm not ever having a car that comes out of this factory.
Yeah.
And then when they come out of the paint shop and they just look gorgeous, and then you forget all that and say, yeah, I want one.
I suppose that's why some people go for them though, because they're hand built, you know, they're sort of built the old fashioned way still, and they're not overly mass produced, are they?
Well, when they showed me round in the mid-90s, you know, it's still got their wood chassis bending facility where they get the wood quite moist, then put it in the form that they need it for the chassis, and then leave it to cook for I don't know how long, several months.
Are these made to order, or?
I probably think so, because they're individually spec'd as well, because you could have had different dashboards with different temperature gauges on, different steering wheels, different seats. This is a special colour apparently. You had different wheel spats, different headlamps and covers. So the whole car, different exhaust systems.
Yeah.
The whole car's sort of configurable. Now see if those other Morgan people ended up here.
I reckon they did. Visit the website to find out more about the track days and obviously this cool merchandising. You know, we've got some pretty cool stuff.